miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jackson finding his tight end Andrews for the Ravens' first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Dolphins, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. This complete to a man they went against in practice for years, Devontae Parker. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. And they'll
give him another shot here on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Parrish into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really wanted him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. Harris running straight ahead. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Harris will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on 3rd down, Parrish. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. It's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Parker. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Gotta like what we're seeing from him so far in this game. This is the 3rd game of the season, and he's already accumulated an AFC Offensive Player of the Week award in this young year.
Yeah, week 2 was his. The announcement came Wednesday that he got that award. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Parrish. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Operating from the gun, Parrish going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and run for it. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
On 1st down, Parrish. And taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Parrish. And his throw is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw, Parrish. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job escaping the pocket, and boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Here's Jackson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On second down, they'll run it here. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Parrish. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Play action. It's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parrish being chased out left. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Parrish. And that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
He'll return it from the 6. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Parrish. And that will be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
That's going to be caught. touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. First down, and they go back to Harris. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Parrish. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And some room to work. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night we just saw.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Hey, officer, what?
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.